Here's the principle. When someone attacks a chosen child of God, that attack becomes their own trap. Psalm 7:15-16 says, "Whoever digs a hole and scoops it out falls into the pit they have made. The trouble they cause recoils on them. Their violence comes down on their own heads." You see, the enemy knows he can't stop the chosen. So he sends people, gossips, liars, manipulators, abusers, people who try to damage your name, block your calling, or break your spirit. But what they don't realize is this: every attack on a child of God is logged in heaven. Every word, every scheme, every lie. And when the time is right, God flips the script. Look at Haman and Mordecai. Haman built gallows to hang Mordecai, a Jewish man devoted to God. He got permission. He had plans. But in the end, he swung from his own rope. In Esther 7:10 says, that's what happens when you mess with someone God is using. The very weapon they built for you becomes the one that buries them. So if you've been targeted, hold your peace. Let God do the flipping. Because when heaven defends, it doesn't just protect the chosen, it punishes the attacker. And when that happens, don't gloat, don't celebrate, just keep walking. Because the judgment wasn't yours, it was God's. And He always repays with interest. God strikes their source of power. When someone rises up against a chosen child of God, they often do it from a place of power. They think they've got the upper hand. They've got the title, the money, the influence, the followers. They think, who's going to stop me? The answer? God will. And He won't just stop them. He'll strike the very thing they depend on. Look at Pharaoh. He ruled the most powerful empire in the world. His word was law, his army unmatched, his wealth limitless. And still, he made the fatal mistake of messing with God's chosen people. When Moses came and said, "Let my people go," Pharaoh laughed. He hardened his heart. He dared God to act, so God did. Not all at once, but one strike at a time. He dismantled Pharaoh's power system, plague by plague. Water turned to blood. Food wiped out by locusts. Comfort swarmed with frogs and flies. Health covered in boils. Reputation brought to shame. Even the sun, the symbol of Pharaoh's divinity, went dark. And then God struck the final blow. He took the firstborn, not because God is cruel, but because He always finishes what He starts. You see, when someone touches a chosen vessel, they don't realize they just made themselves a target, not of lightning, but of precision. God will start pulling threads, shaking the ground they walk on, exposing the hidden weaknesses, until their false security collapses like a house of cards. Exodus 9:16 makes it clear, "But I have raised you up for this very purpose, that I might show you my power, and that my name might be proclaimed in all the earth." In other words, God will use your enemies as a stage. You don't need to outshout them. You don't need to match their energy. You just need to stay aligned with heaven, because the God who raised you will also crush the idols that try to block you.